2024 are the following printing houses.
Yeah. So
it's on the basis of this letter that the NDC wrote and said that, hey, we don't have a problem with the notice of poll. However, for the ballot papers, you cannot commence.
Yeah, so they should have made reference to the first letter and
so if you erred, admit that I erred.
Yeah. But there was no reference at all.
And they create the impression that there was something in the public domain and that it is wrong.
Why should they wrote the first letter?
It's the same Samatete, he signed it.
Okay.
And it's the first letter that the NDC responded to. So and he's the same person who signed the second letter.
They should get their PR a bit more.
Doc, I mean, this Electoral Commission should stop these things. If you want the public to have confidence in you, in your organization, this is not how you conduct yourself. You must act with honesty. You must act with truth, with sincerity. And you must show respect to your key stakeholders. You don't do this. You don't send a letter. State categorically.
And we'll get a fantastic headline. Nana Komia storms out of.
No, I think so. That was
no, but that's how our people will put it. They must put a headline that will Nana Komia storms out.
Traffic.
Yes.
There's pressure everywhere.
I tell you.
There's pressure everywhere.
All right. So there's some needless controversy as far as the Electoral Commission and the NDC is concerned, and I just want us to just clear it. Okay. And I'd like you to read along with us on this particular one. We'll clear that out of the way and then we'll get to the other issues. So on the 9th of October, the Electoral Commission wrote to political parties. Okay. And this was the letter addressed to the General Secretary of the NDC. And it says, "Dear Sir, request for party agents for the printing of notice of poll and ballot papers." So watch out for the date, 9th of October 2024. And it reads, "I bring you warm greetings from the Electoral Commission and trust that this letter finds you well." That's paragraph 1. Paragraph 2 reads, "This comes to inform you that the Commission will commence printing of notice of poll and ballot papers for the 2024 general election from Friday, 11th October 2024 at the following printing houses." Let me read the paragraph 2 again. "This comes to inform you that the Commission will commence printing of notice of poll and ballot papers for the 2024 general election from Friday, 11th October 2024 at the following printing houses." So Friday, 11th October is today. So the printing houses are here. Name of printing house: Sec Print Limited, location New Achimota, behind former Peace FM. The GPS address is given. Act Commercials, Odoko, behind Hansonic Hotel. The GPS address is provided. Ghana Publishing Company, Accra Central, behind Accra Technical University. GPS address is provided. Then, so you can read along with me pretty shortly on the screen. Then you have Back Press, Ofanko, former MVVS Feeding Company. The GPS address is provided. Then you have, so when you see it on the screen, just please hold it there. Please read paragraph 2. After that, I bring you warm greetings. The next paragraph, just read that. Please freeze it on the screen. So read this comes to inform you. That paragraph you see there. Okay. Then InnoLink Limited, North Industrial Area. Fonstart Limited, South Industrial Area. Checkpoint Limited, South Industrial Area. Yasako Company Limited, Latebi Okoshi. And it says that the selected agents, you can move on now. The selected agents are kindly requested to report to the Director Electoral Services on Thursday, 10th of October 2024 at 11 a.m. at the Electoral Commission's corporate office for a brief orientation before the commencement of the printing. So the letter was written on the 9th. They were expected to report to the Director of Electoral Services on the 10th, the next day at 11 a.m. for orientation before the commencement of the printing. And it says, "Thank you, yours faithfully, Samuel Tete, Deputy Chairman, Operations." of the Electoral Commission. So, same day, 9th of October, the NDC then writes to the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Dear Madam, request for party agents for the printing of notice of poll and ballot papers. It says, we wish to acknowledge your letter captioned above and dated 9th October 2024 with thanks. We will make available to you the information you asked for as soon as practicable. While we have no reservation with your decision to print notice of poll ahead of the final voters register, we do demand that the Electoral Commission provide statistics that will inform the printing of ballot papers for the various constituencies before printing of ballots commences. You may recall that on the 22nd of July 2024, the National Democratic Congress NDC wrote to the Commission requesting for electoral code books. It is our humble view that without accurate statistics, ballot papers cannot be printed, lest we experience fewer or needless excess ballot papers come 7 December 2024. Additionally, it will be appreciated if the Electoral Commission will stop giving short notices to political parties on very important national issues. Thank you, Honorable Fifi Fiavi Kwete, General Secretary of the NDC. Then, yesterday, we had this from the Electoral Commission, signed by Mr. Samuel Tete. He signed the 9th of October letter. It says, printing of 2024 presidential and parliamentary elections ballot papers. The Electoral Commission has taken note of some statements in the public domain to the effect that the Commission has not provided ballot statistics ahead of the printing of ballot papers for the 2024 presidential and parliamentary elections. We would like to assure the general public that printing of ballot papers has not commenced. Printing of notices of poll for the 2024 presidential and parliamentary elections, however, begins on Friday, 11th October 2024. As has always been the case, the Commission will provide ballot statistics to candidates, political parties, and all printing houses before the printing of ballot papers starts. Printing of ballot papers will only commence after ballot statistics have been provided to all stakeholders. The Commission will not depart from this practice. We urge the public and all stakeholders to trust the Electoral Commission to deliver transparent, credible, free and fair elections in December 2024. Thank you. Signed, Samuel Tete, Deputy Chairman, Operations. Nana?
Yeah.
What is wrong with the Electoral Commission?
Well, the impression I get from the letters that you read, it means on Wednesday,
yes,
they wrote a letter to the political parties,
yes,
inviting them to send agents for printing of the ballot papers on Wednesday. And then the NDC protested because there has to be some prior actions or prior information before the printing of ballots can start. And then the Electoral Commission responded, was it yesterday or this morning?
Yesterday.
That they're not going to do ballots.
They are not printing ballot papers.
Because they agree they have to do some prior information and all of that. But what they're going to do is the notice of poll, which might not require party agents. But there doesn't seem to be any reference to the first letter.
Yes.
Yeah. So because the NDC reacted to the first letter. So if the first letter, which was written on Wednesday,
yes,
I mean, they should have acknowledged that there was some.
So this comes to inform you that the Commission will commence printing of notice of poll and ballot papers for the 2024 general election.
This is the Wednesday letter.
Yes, from Friday 11th October 2024 at the following printing houses.
Yeah. So
it's on the basis of this letter that the NDC wrote and said that, hey, we don't have a problem with the notice of poll. However, for the ballot papers, you cannot commence.
Yeah, so they should have made reference to the first letter and
so if you add, admit that I heard.
Yeah. But there was no reference at all.
At all. And they create the impression that there was something in the public domain and that it is wrong.
I'm sure they wrote the first letter.
It's the same Samuel Tete, he signed it.
Okay.
And it's the first letter that the NDC responded to. So and he's the same person who signed the second letter.
They should get their PR a bit more.
Doc, I mean, this Electoral Commission should stop these things. If you want the public to have confidence in you, in your organization, this is not how you conduct yourself. You must act with honesty. You must act with truth, with sincerity. And you must show respect to your key stakeholders. You don't do this. You don't send a letter, state categorically that you are going to print ballot papers. When fundamental issues are raised, you then issue another statement and create the impression that the NDC was hallucinating.
But they say they've seen things in the public domain. They didn't refer to the NDC. Yeah.
Who put it in the public domain? I mean, please. These things don't help the image of the Electoral Commission. And you see, those who believe that there's a grand scheme to rake, to create an uneven playing field, these things justify all those suspicions. So the Electoral Commission should put his house in order. I mean, it's become one too many. This cannot continue.
I mean, if you get it wrong, you are human.
I think you should have your people called there.
Yes. You get it wrong.
There's nothing wrong to say that. Look, I mean,
you get it wrong. Just admit that.
Exactly.
Look,
admit.
We got it wrong. What we intended to say was maybe the printing of statement of poll. We didn't.
Exactly.
We'll definitely.
It's a human organization.
Yes.
And then we move on.
But I don't create the impression as if it's a figment.
Yeah.
The thing about you going to print ballot papers ahead of the ballot statistics is a figment of somebody's imagination, or people are just creating a red herring.
Yeah.
I think they've taken notice.
You don't do that. You don't do that.
Nana to the rescue.
They've taken notice. So.
we want to have confidence in you. Please engender it.
Otherwise, get Annie to call the gentleman so that he can